Good evening. I'm Jonathan Higgins,
And I'm Rich Carlson.
and we are the Scanner Guys. Welcome to the show this evening. We are excited about next week. We're going to have a whole bunch of live shows. As you can see, Rich and I both have our Dayton Hamvention shirts. These shirts were actually created based on a movie that both Rich and I enjoy. If you ever looked for the One Night Only, the Blues Brothers show, this shirt was designed just like that as the poster. So
It's a
we are very,
homage.
very excited about that. If you'd like to get your own T-shirt, you can visit thescannerguyshow.com. That's scannerguyshow.com and purchase a T-shirt just like the one we have on the show this evening. A lot of live check-ins tonight. Everybody's rolling in. Welcome to the show. We're going to be talking about um, Ohio and Dayton and Hamvention. So a lot of cool stuff. So definitely sit back and relax. We hope to bring a great show to you this evening. We see Bearcat Joe was already in the audience before we started the broadcast. For the general information, there's an issue this week with the Sentinel update. The IT guys, of course, aka, are working on it, not us. Um, so, so definitely, they'll be working on that. Hopefully, that'll be all resolved.
Yeah, and that's been making rounds on the various forums and radio reference and such. Basically, for those that aren't familiar, if you've got a Home Patrol, a 536, a 436, or an SDS, that database, the download of the radio reference database for the Sentinel updates, just didn't happen this week. It's not a big, huge deal. They'll get it fixed, and then when they do, you can update it. And so if they skip a week, it's not the end of the world. So
Yeah, very much so. All right, let's dive into the slideshow a little bit, and then we'll get going here. So let's take a look at this week's show preview to the Dayton Hamvention. Welcome to our first show of May, right here for the Scanner Guys. Let's continue on. So the show is brought to you by viewers like you, shopping our merch store, purchasing these shirts, using our affiliate link down below. Certainly helps with the broadcast each and every week. This week, we can thank Scanner Master for sponsoring this week's show. If you need anything scanner wise, hit our affiliate link down below and purchase it right through the website. Or if you've got questions, you can always call them at the toll free number or shop them online, of course, through our affiliate link at scannermaster.com. Here is the shirt that we're talking about here. We're wearing it right now. It's $20. It's a limited edition 2022 Hamvention t-shirt for the Scanner Guys. And this year's theme is reunion. And it certainly is for Rich and I. I mean, we've been doing this broadcast for a couple of years now, but we haven't been in the same location since the last Dayton Hamvention. We were together in 2018. So it's been
4 years. And the only time we've seen each other is on a computer screen.
Yeah, so we'll be hanging out pretty much for almost a whole week. Rich will be flying in here on Tuesday. We will be doing a live show, which we're going to announce later on from here. So if you're looking to order one of these shirts and help support the channel, thescannerguyshow.com is the website to be able to purchase one of these shirts. They're fantastic. I mean, they did a great job printing these. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys at the Hamvention that are able to show up. If you're not able to show up at the Hamvention, we're going to bring some of it to you. We're going to bring you some live updates from the Hamvention, maybe some live shows. But yeah, I mean, yeah, National Police Week with the red and blue shirts. Yeah, that wasn't intentional.
It wasn't intentional, but it works out great since I'm a retired police officer. So.
Wow.
Yeah, instead of 1967, it's 2022.
Yes,
that's caught in a bit of a time warp. So
yeah, well, he's coming up to the terms of 2022, which is good.
Yeah.
As always, you can purchase all of our other swag on the website as well. We are working on some additional shirts, which should be coming up on the website. We will announce those. Some holiday themed shirts should be coming at you. So we're looking forward to posting those on the website at some point. So definitely check that out. And always, we do have face masks. We have a couple of different cups, t-shirts, hoodies, a zip up, and even some stickers as well. So definitely check it out if you want to just be blinded like Rich and not be able to see anywhere. You can do that.
I look better this way, don't I?
Well, you're fully protected.
Yeah.
And you can do that through the website, thescannerguyshow.com. And make sure you sign up for our newsletter. Anything that we're going to announce, definitely sign up for the newsletter as well. Bookmark the website. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff on the website. We do have a full page that's dedicated to the Dayton Hamvention, which I can actually show right here on the screen. So we've been working on this. This is the scannerguyshow.com/Dayton 2022. So what we've been doing is putting information here on the website. I know Chris Schultz asked last week, what is the address of the Hamvention, which you can see right here on the website. And then we've added events. So these will be all of our live YouTube shows. We're going to be adding those in as we see fit. Also, meet and greets. For Train Aficionado Live, we're announcing a meet and greet on Thursday, May the 19th, where we'll be announcing that location hopefully soon. Basically 7 to 8 p.m. We're going to broadcast live as long as we can. As long as everything is working fine with technology, we'll do a live broadcast trackside. Also, we'll be at the Dayton Hamvention, Building 3, Booth 3303, Friday and Saturday. So if you're in the Dayton, Ohio area, certainly come and check us out at the Hamvention. And of course, on the website, we do have a link to the shirt. Help us to get to Dayton. I mean, this is going to help us, with upcoming shows and, of course, any other expenses that we've incurred during the Hamvention. And we also wrote, Rich actually wrote this about the Hamvention. It's not just for ham operators. I mean, this is a great show for scanner enthusiasts as well, right, Rich?
Absolutely. You don't have to be a ham to enjoy a Hamvention. There is something for anybody who's interested in radio stuff. Scanners, antennas, accessories, gadgets. Well, I suppose we can get a Gidget. If you're old enough to remember Gidget, that would be even better. But there is just about anything any radio enthusiast can want is going to be available at Dayton.
Yeah, so definitely stop by there. We've talked about, our roots basically in the Dayton Hamvention. This is how the Scanner Guys came about. We're also going to include all the broadcasts that we do, the live streams of the week of the Dayton Hamvention. We actually have 3 of them posted here, which you can see on the website as well. This broadcast is actually embedded right here, so you'll be able to watch it right on our website as well. So we're really excited about that. Let's continue on with the slideshow presentation.
Joe M. is obviously of a certain age. He's old enough to remember Gidget.
Sally Fields, which is
been
in so many movies, including Forrest Gump and everything. Oh, that's awesome. I actually, Chris emailed me a month ago about, coming to the Dayton Hamvention, and he said he's going to be here for the weekend. So I basically told him, you need to check out a couple of these places. Yeah. The Air Force Museum is definitely one of them. I haven't been, but I definitely plan on going. I know our friend Gomert, which is from the Netherlands, every time he's done the Hamvention, he's basically spent a day there. So, Chris, you're definitely going to look forward to that. We're actually going to talk about that a little bit tonight.
Yeah, and that will make sure you have all day, Chris, because you're going to need it to and you may even need to do 2 days there.
Yeah, that's
it. Really is that there is that much stuff and you will not be bored. That's for sure.
Yeah, really cool museum. All right, so we just want to remind you, as always, we're brought to you by, of course, viewers like you. So make sure you stay in tabs with us. Follow, like, and subscribe to us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. while you're here watching us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. You get notifications when, of course, we post these live shows, and, of course, any notifications for anything that we produce on the channel as well. And then, as always, check out the website, scannerguyshow.com. All right, let's dive into the presentation this evening. So let's do that right now. So these are some of the photos that we've accumulated over the last time that we were at Dayton, Rich, and we can see Gomart, right there. He's the developer of Butel Software. Looks like, Rich, you're helping a customer that's at the booth.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we had merchandise to sell at the Dayton Hamvention. We will not have any merchandise to sell at this Dayton Hamvention just because of the stock woes and such.
Right.
So it's going to be more of a meet and greet with us. You can ask questions. You can, basically ask us anything you like, and of course, see us in person.
Yeah, and we're going to have a lot of fun there. We're going to spend time in the booth. We're going to spend time out on the floor wandering. So if we're not in the booth when you get there, our booth hours will be posted there. But we're going to be walking around like this. So two big guys with big shirts aren't going to be too hard to, well, at Dayton, we'll kind of blend in pretty well, but you'll find us.
Yeah, that's for sure. And we hope to see some of you and some of your Scanner Guys swag. We would love to see that as well. I mean, we'll definitely say hello to you if we see you out there. Yeah. We do have a little bit of swag that we're going to be able to give away. So we hope to be able to give you something, for definitely appreciating and watching the show.
Yeah.
It's
going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, remember this photo, Rich? This is when we stopped at Scanner Master at its new location because it moved across the street. So this was the first time you actually visited the new location.
Yeah, I'd been there several times at the old spot, and actually the old spot before the old spot.
Yeah.
Back when it was in Natick or
Natick, yeah.
Natick?
Yeah. Natick.
Where's Natick?
I don't know where Natick is, but Natick is over
there. You're in Natick, okay. But yeah, it was I've been at that spot, and then going to this place, it's across the street, but it was just kind of weird not being in the old place.
Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's still at 215 Hoppingbrook Road in Holliston, so they don't have a store where you can walk in.
Yeah.
Really, there's not much of a need for it, but.
No, and unfortunately, the museum is no longer publicly accessible. We still have all the equipment, but it's just not on display right now.
All right, so this is the big topic of discussion tonight: is the Dayton Hamfest, the reunion, 1952 to 2022, 70 years.
Yeah.
Of course, it is the third weekend of each year, which falls on May the 20th and the 21st. And it's at the Greene County Fairgrounds and Expo Center, which is a huge upgrade compared to the old stopping grounds for the Dayton Hamvention. What was it? The
Hara Arena. And it was a pit. Yeah, it gave pits a bad name, so it was really bad. The Greene County Fairgrounds is a spotless wonder compared to the Hara Arena. It really, the plumbing works, which for those who've been going to Hamvention for a while will know what I mean. And it's just a much nicer and a better venue than the Hara Arena was.
Yeah, so definitely we hope that you come and stop by, and that's what's actually on the shirt, what you can see in the right side of your screen this weekend only, featuring the Scanner Guys.
That's right.
But yeah, that's what's printed on these shirts, and we do have them in smaller sizes all the way up to probably 5X.
Yeah, we had a request for 5X. I think they are available up to the 5X. So if you are a person of size, we have a T-shirt of size.
Unfortunately, we don't have hats right now. We're working on that, trying to figure out how to get that design, because those are basically stitched, and They require only so many stitches and such, but hopefully we'll have that at some point. Here's the cool stuff. These are some of the people that are going to be at the Hamvention. Of course, the scanner guys will be at our booth, but we also have a whole bunch of other big companies: Alinco, Ham Radio Outlet, ICOM, R&L Electronics, which is locally here in Ohio. They're actually based out of Hamilton.
If you like SDRs, you can go over to Air Spy. They got the best.
Yeah. And then the National Voice of America Museum of Broadcasting will be there as well.
Yeah.
Bridgecom, which we've got our Anytone radios there, and they usually run some pretty good deals during the Hamvention weekend.
They do, and I might walk away with something. You may have to ship it back for me.
The diamond antennas, which everybody's familiar with.
Yeah, I've got 4 diamond antennas up my attic.
Shack in the Box. It looks like an interesting company, that to be able to have everything all in one spot. And we've talked about, a lot of these companies before. DXing Engineering, and then what else is on here, Rich?
Well, and this is just some of the big guys. These are the guys that have the multi-booth spaces and the inside showrooms and stuff like that. And there are going to be hundreds of indoor vendors, and then there are going to be hundreds more outdoor flea market vendors. And those are where you're going to get some really good deals on old stuff, new stuff, obscure stuff, and a little bit of everything. If you're into old military radios, there's going to be a dozen vendors that have lots of old military radios. If you're into old Victrolas or rehab radios that you want to take home and fix up and rebuild, there are going to be some commercial vendors outside as well. And those are the guys that have the big, huge tents that have, every part you can imagine in there, used and new. And then the food. Remember that sausage vendor that was just outside the door?
That's what you look forward to.
Oh God, I love sausage, and that guy that was good stuff. Right outside the door, and you could smell it from in our booth. You could smell that sausage smell coming in there, and I'm just 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just starving. Just gotta have one.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things that are there, like we mentioned on the website, if you're looking for speakers, or if you're trying to build up your inventory of adapters.
Yeah.
I mean, there was some booths there that had all types of adapters, any way you could dream of it, BNC to SMA, I mean, it was every direction you can dream of.
Last time I was there was the last year before the pandemic, and that was right after, or right when I was building my big cabinet that I used to have here. And I was looking for jumper cables and several various lengths of jumper cables. And I bought back about 25 different BNC to BNC jumper cables of different lengths that I picked up at various booths there. So, I mean, if you can't find it at Dayton, it probably has never been made.
Yeah, I mean, definitely keep that in mind. So it is great for scanner enthusiasts. So definitely, we hope to see you there at the Hamvention. Here's a little bit of layout of the buildings. So basically, the vendors that are inside the buildings, there's actually 4 buildings. Actually 5, 5 buildings, because you have, building 1, building
Maxim, 2. Building 2 is Tesla. Building 3, where we're going to be at, is Marconi. And then you get the Hertz and the Volta buildings.
Yeah, and then all the, like you mentioned earlier, all the not yard sale, but the flea market section of it.
Yeah.
There's a big thing out there. And then there's, of course, some of the communication vehicles will be out there as well.
Yeah, the MCOM. And then that courtyard space there is where you're going to see a lot of the food vendors, food trucks, food trailers. And there are going to be a couple stationary, places on the grounds, but all the food trucks in Southern Ohio go there because that's their that's their Black Friday. That's where they're gonna make the money for the year. And there's plenty of places to sit, which is a big deal because at the old place there just wasn't enough places to sit down to eat your lunch. So you're walking around eating your hot dogs, and because there's no place to sit rather than the ground. Here there's benches and and stuff all over the place to sit with. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? At 10 o'clock there is going to be for us, because we're going to have to get there early to set up the booth, and it's an hour drive to get there. So we will likely have had breakfast at 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning anyway. So by 10 o'clock, we're going to be hungry again.
Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, this looks like as always, a cool spot, and you can see that we're in building 3. That's the blue, square around building 3. That's the building that we're in, and we can actually take a look at the next slide, and you can actually see the table we're going to be at. We have a corner table, which is nice. Yeah. It's 3303. And we will be there on Friday and Saturday. We will not be there on Sunday. So basically the opening day on Friday, and then of course on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on both days. If we're not at the booth, we'll be roaming around the show. So definitely, if you do see us, stop by and say hello to us if you see us out and about. And that's for sure.
Sausage.
Yeah, 10 and 2, just like the way you steer.
Yeah, and the sausage booth is right there where it says 3C on the diagram.
Should I put a sausage card on the
top? There you go. That works.
All right. Somebody asked about Uniden. I don't believe Uniden will be there. They will be dealers that represent Uniden there. As for Whistler, they usually rent a couple of tables. I don't think they're making an appearance this year, as far as I could see on the website.
Yeah, they weren't there the last time I was there. They had the booth, but they didn't show up. They were there the year that you and I were there together. We met Whistler Wendy, and in fact, they came over and ogled the SDS 100 that we had. And but if they have not been there, at least they weren't there the last time. Uniden doesn't normally go to Dayton themselves. Now Paul did go when years ago. Paul did go, but I think it was just him, and he hung out the Scanner Master booth the whole time. So, but they don't normally have a booth. It'd be nice if they did, but I'm sure it's a business decision.
All right, so let's dive into the things to do around Dayton. So this should be an interesting slideshow portion here. Of course, Chris Schultz, I already let the cat out of the bag for the National Museum of the United States Air Force. And this is one of the many aircraft that are on display there. The great thing about it, for those of you, it is free admission and free parking. It is open 9 to 5, 7 days a week.
And this is an official government museum, so that's why it's free. Obviously, if you want to buy, they've got a nice gift shop, and they actually have a pretty nice cafeteria for lunch and such. But it is a huge museum. There's close to a dozen buildings by now. Plus, there's still aircraft that are parked outside. They've got several round buildings for space vehicles, and it's extremely well done. The aircraft are very well preserved, and you can get up close and personal with them. Obviously, some of them you can even go up and look inside the cockpit. They've got steps that you can go up to see the inside the cockpit, and it's just probably the premier aviation museum in the world.
I mean, that's definitely a great thing to be able to take advantage of. If you're into vehicles, the American Packer Museum.
Yep. Been there. Yeah. And that's also very fascinating. And if you're into aviation, The several World War II aircraft, I think the P-51 most famously, used Packard-built engines in them, and they have one of them on display.
Yeah, and this is open during Dayton Hamvention weekend, Wednesday through Sunday from noon to 5. This does have admission $10 for adults, seniors 65 and plus $5, and then any students with a photo ID get in for free. So this looks like a really neat museum to check out.
Yeah, and it's in a former Packard dealership.
Yeah, it looks like a dealership the way
Yeah.
it's set up.
Yeah, it was a Packard dealership for many years, and then Packard has got a huge following of people who either used to have one or these days wish they would have.
That's for sure. I mean, they look like really cool cars.
Going back to the Air Force Museum. Oops. Yeah.
Touching it. It's all you.
Yeah. Do they still sell ICBMs in the gift shop? People are still commenting, and I'm hitting a button, and it's moving on me. So yeah, I wish they did. That would be kind of fun to have your own personal ICBM.
Yeah.
When the neighbor jerks you off, you just, all right, I'll just obliterate them.
The other thing that you can do, I take a look at this. The Day Air Credit Union Ballpark is located right in Dayton. It's a minor league baseball team, the Dayton Dragons, and they actually have games going on during the weekend at home. So this is another great thing that you can do at night if you're at Dayton, to be able to, after going to the show, catch a baseball game. Tickets are real cheap. I saw it for 10, 12, and 20, which is, for Major League, that's a bargain if you were to go to a Major League place. But, this is a minor league team, and they're really, really good. So,
and these minor leaguers are tomorrow's major leaguers. So,
yep, exactly. So, so some great seats there, $10, $12, and 20. And I checked the schedule. They are home, so you should be able to check out a game there. So you could make a full weekend of going to the Hamvention, catch a couple of museums, do the show, catch a baseball game. You could probably also get sausages there as well. Ah, yes. So the Wright brothers, of course, Ohio is known for, aviation in this sense as well. There's the Dayton Aviation Heritage. This is a park, and most things there are free. So definitely check that out. It's a National Park Service park, and that's another thing you can do while you're there.
Yeah, so the Wright Cycle Company is the bicycle shop that they ran, Wilbur and Orville, to fix, maintain, and build bicycles. And that's where the workshop was, where they built the Wright Flyer. And there is a field, which again is part of the Aviation Heritage Park, just outside of Dayton, well, not far from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. And that's where the field was, where they tested. They did some land runs with it, and then after they went to North Carolina for their first flight, they did additional flights in that field in the Dayton area. And you can go there and see it, and it's a great spot to see. And of course, you can see the workshop, and it's all set up the way it was back then.
Yeah, super cool. Just another great thing to be able to do while you're in the area. Let's continue on. All right, so we get to food, local food, local food, local food.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's a couple of cool places you can check out. Old Scratch Pizza and Beer. Who couldn't go wrong with some pizza and beer?
Yep.
Raising Cane's, which is a really good place for chicken fingers and things of that. And of course, if you're looking for a wide variety of food, Jimmy's Ladder 11. Actually, this location is actually in a fire station, so which is really cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so plenty of food and pizza and all types of cool stuff. So definitely check out some of these local places. I'm sure there's other places as well, but
At
these are
reasonable prices too.
yes,
You don't want to, when you're dating, you don't want to go to those really expensive, fancy places
yes.
unless somebody else is paying the bill.
But yeah, I mean, this is certainly cool to be able to check out some local food. We figured to include that as well during the slideshow. And chili versus chili. So, Skyline and Gold Star. So, they both pretty much serve about the same thing. They have their chili on spaghetti, and of course, they have their little hot dogs there that you can see there, which you can get it in multiple different ways with, of course, chili and cheese and other things on there as well. Big debate locally for a lot of people that live here uh, is, you know, which is the best, Skyline or Gold Star?
Oh, there should be a third option. None of the above.
Wow.
I think you can tell I'm not a chili fan.
Yeah.
You go for chili, I'll go for pizza. We'll meet up after.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, we'll add it to the list of Rich's dislikes. Oh, barbecue. Yeah, there's definitely some barbecue places in and around the Charlotte area. Some really cool ones in the city as well.
Yeah.
I haven't been to all the different places around here. I mean, there's a lot of great Mexican restaurants, of course, barbecue. You have some really cool pizza places out here. I mean, I tend to, for the most part, I rather support the local places versus all these chain places.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely when you're in Dayton, see if you can try to support a local place.
Yeah, it's those kind of restaurants that are usually better anyway. They may not be as fancy, and the furniture might be a little a little worn, but the food is good, and you're supporting local businessmen instead of stockholders.
So another thing that's really cool is Buckeyes, and you'll see these sold all over the place. These Buckeyes are basically how can you go wrong with peanut butter and chocolate? And here's
Kind of like a topless Reese's cup, huh?
yes, these Buckeyes are really cool. They're based on the Buckeyes that are. It's a thing that's grown in trees, if I understand correctly. The nuts.
Yeah.
And then they look very similar to this. So somebody actually came up with the Buckeyes. And these are really good. I mean, you cannot go wrong with peanut butter, and chocolate. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, unfortunately, I've only been in Cincinnati for a little bit.
Yeah,
Sure.
I've been to one. Was it teppanyaki type of restaurant in Dayton a couple years back, and it was good, but I really have no idea where it was. I wasn't driving, so it was in a shopping center, which a lot of those places are. So, Ron, if you ever get to the Chicago area, let me know, and I'll tell you where the best Japanese steakhouse in the world is.
Yeah, we can add some additional restaurants on the website.
Yeah.
We can certainly do that. We can add some things into the website. Topless Reese's, I'm in. Um, yeah, so we got a lot of cool stuff. Have a great trip. I'm looking forward to purchasing. Okay, I'm just reading. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we appreciate you guys purchasing these shirts. We're really looking forward to, even if you're not able to be at Dayton, we want to try to bring it to you with some programming. We're going to be running additional programming throughout the week. We're looking forward to that. Maybe some Facebook Lives or YouTube Lives randomly as well. So definitely follow, like, and subscribe to all of our social media. Here's some trivia. I mean, there's a lot of firsts for Ohio.
Yeah.
Cincinnati had its first professional city fire department. They also had their first ambulance service established in Cincinnati. The Cincinnati Reds were the first professional baseball team. And look at this, the first city to use police cars.
Oh, yeah. I thank Akron for that.
There's a whole bunch of, you look at a lot of the firsts, a lot of public
Yeah.
safety firsts right here.
Yeah. And the first traffic signals in Cleveland. if you ever get up to Dearborn, Michigan, which is suburban Detroit, the Henry Ford, which is a huge museum complex in Dearborn, and they have an entire display based on the traffic signal and how it was developed in Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much, so
Yeah.
many firsts, and expanding from the
Yeah.
18.
In Cleveland's got the first lake that came on fire, went on fire, and yeah.
I think they're trying to forget that.
Yeah, well, if you're from Chicago, you'll never let Cleveland forget that.
WKRP in Cincinnati, which
Yeah.
was a well-known show. Yeah, I haven't been there. The Cincinnati Fire Museum is the best that he's ever been to. Yeah, I haven't been there yet. Um, yeah, America's first traffic jam.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean Henry Ford.
Yeah.
That's certainly a really awesome museum. So yeah, I'm not sure about that, Will.
Yeah, I don't know, but if we find anything good, we'll let you know.
Yeah, I mean, well, you should come over.
Yeah.
Come on over. Visit us at the booth. You
Hey,
know
yeah,
where
it's
we'll
only a
be.
6-hour drive from
Yeah, only 6 hours.
Chicago.
Take a break. Break it up in 3 and 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. You leave at 6 in the morning, you get there at noon, you have lunch with us, and you drive home. Yeah.
drive for 12 hours to see us for an hour. Woo!
Hey, if you're lucky, we'll make it an hour and 15.
All right. Oh, man. All right. So here's some of our reminders. As you probably don't need the reminder, but we're going to be at the Dayton Hamvention May the 20th and 21st at the Greene County Fairgrounds and Expo Center. If you want to get these shirts, order them online at our website, thescannerguyshow.com.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately, we will not have these available at the show. So.
yeah, we won't have anything to sell.
Right.
We may actually have some things to give away. So make sure you show up at our booth, enter into one of our drawings, and, we may be shipping something to you later on after the show if you get picked for the drawing. So definitely stop by the booth, say hello, and we'll be happy to talk to you for a bit. And we hope that you enjoy your trip at the Dayton Hamvention. And here's the shirts right here in case you're not able to see Rich and I wearing ours. You can order it through the website, thescannerguyshow.com. This is a limited edition for a limited time. So make sure you order your shirt before the Dayton Hamvention. It is $20, and you can purchase it right through the website, thescannerguysshow.com. Scannerguysshow.com. And we just want to remind you that the Scanner Guys are brought to you by viewers like you. We are going to actually talk about that in a second. There is tons of things to do railfanning wise. Not so much in Cincinnati, but we'll talk about not so much in Dayton, I should say,
Right. Yeah.
but more so in Cincinnati. So as always, the Scanner Guys are brought to you by viewers like you by shopping our merch store and then using our affiliate link down below in each one of these broadcasts. Help to support the show. And of course, our special thanks for this week's sponsor, Scanner Master. Make sure you use the affiliate link down below when you're shopping online on their website. It helps benefit the show. And as always, if you need anything scanner-wise, certainly consider Scanner Master. All right, here's the big doings. Train Aficionado Live is moving to Thursday next week. One Thursday only.
One only.
We're gonna be broadcasting live trackside. We haven't announced where yet, so definitely keep an eye on our social media. We will announce it. Some of you may be in driving distance to come and see us. So we'll be broadcasting live May the 19th live at 4 p.m. Eastern Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. So we'll be broadcasting live trackside. We'll be just doing a little bit of talk on the show, watching some trains. It's going to be a very relaxed event. Basically, we asked our viewers if you would like to see us do a live show trackside, so you could rail fan with us So everybody said, um, you know, why not? So you're going to
Sure.
basically watch us talk, and the tracks will literally be there, and we'll be able to watch
Yeah.
trains together.
And hopefully, there'll be a train while we're there. So
I'm sure there will be. The spot that I'm thinking of, there's no lack of trains.
good.
So that's Thursday, May the 19th of 2022, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe to the Train Aficionado social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure that you subscribe to those channels because, we may be doing broadcasts, simulcasting on our YouTube channel and maybe on our Facebook channel for Train Aficionado. So certainly check out the website too, trainaficionado.com. Why are we broadcasting on Thursday? This is the reason why. We're going to run 2 shows next week. On Wednesday, it's going to be a bonus show of the Scanner Guys. So Wednesday, we're going to have the Scanner Guys, and then Thursday will be Train Aficionado Live. Because Rich and I are going to be in the same airspace pretty much. So there'll be 2 shows, Wednesday and Thursday.
That's going to be a lot of fun. I get to visit your home studio there and the world headquarters of the Scanner Guys show, versus just being at the Phoenix branch.
Yes, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So a bonus show from Ohio. We're not going to have a topic of discussion. Basically, we'll talk about the upcoming show,
Yep.
and then we'll answer some of your questions. So it'll be another relaxed type of show. So tune in Wednesday and Thursday. And then, of course, throughout the weekend, we're going to have pop-ins with live shows and such. So definitely keep an eye on our social media and, of course, on our page. We'll have other announcements as well. So, Railfanning. We've seen a lot of questions. Where to Railfan?
Yeah, absolutely. We get a lot of rail fans on this show, so that's great.
Cincinnati is a whole bunch of different places to Railfan. And basically, I've been exploring a lot of them and posting them in the Train Aficionado blog, which I'm going to show right on the screen right now. So the Train Aficionado blog, I've been doing a little bit of things in Kentucky, but I've, of course, I went over to Tower A, which has been discussed in the comments. The problem with Tower A is it's not fully open all the time.
Yeah.
It's open for special events, but there's a whole bunch of places to railfan in Cincinnati, and I've covered some of the big places like the Ludlow Railfanning Tower. Let's see, we'll go to the next page. There is this spot, which I love, Glendale, Ohio, is a really good spot to be able to go railfanning. Hamilton, Ohio. Of course, in Cincinnati, there's a couple of cool places around there. So there's a whole bunch of different places that you can check out in and around Cincinnati. Of course, check out the Train Aficionado website, and Google is your friend. Looking for railfanning spots. Of course, there's a whole bunch of spots throughout Ohio, Maryland, Marion, Ohio, I should say. I haven't been there yet. And there's a whole bunch of other places, Rich. Fonstoria.
Yeah, if Astoria, yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple places there that have webcams that you can view online. Throughout the state, and Ohio is very much like Illinois and Indiana. It's kind of like we're everything from the east to the west got to go through Ohio, and so you get a lot of stuff. And it's also got one of the few locations where there's just as much north-south traffic as there is east-west. So you've got the all that north-south traffic coming in and out of Cincinnati, and it's kind of like a funnel. And everything comes to Cincinnati, and then they shoot it down south from there. So yeah, there's trains, lots of trains in Ohio. So versus like where I'm at, I've got 2 railroads, and they're both branch lines. You've got 17 main lines going through your area.
Yeah, and Joe M. Yeah, I still do some work for Scanner Master, so I did send out that email blast that you read. Yeah, there's not going to be any product to sell at the Hamvention. Basically, we're going to be at the booth, and we're going to turn the booth into the Scanner Guys booth. So it'll be a meet and greet. You'll be able to talk to us. and then of course, we'll do live check-ins and such, and we'll be walking around the fairgrounds as well. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be really cool for us to be able to be a part of the Dayton Hamvention. Let's look at some of the starred items. Yes, Chris Schultz asked about, is there an app for Hamvention? Believe it or not, there is. There is an app. You can basically go to hamvention.org, and then it's right on the homepage. You can actually go to that page, and they'll tell you how to download it. Railfanning, yes. You can go down to Cincinnati Union Terminal. You're not able to get into Tower A unless there's a special event. But yeah, you can see the massive railroad yards of both CSX and Norfolk Southern. The views are beautiful. I actually written a blog post about Tower A. I was able to actually go up in there, a couple weekends ago, or weeks ago, I should say. It wasn't on the weekend, but I can actually show you some photos. So hold on one second. Let me pull this up, and we can take a look at some of these cool things, and you can actually see it in the blog. So hold on one second. We'll share the screen. Here it is. All right. So, of course, they have the board in there, which you're able to see, all the switching taking place. I was able to bring a scanner up there, and these are only a handful of the channels that I was able to discover. And, of course, the various railroad lines that intersect with these yards, I was able to document all that in the blog. Of course, this is a historical map of the yards here. Look at this. I mean, this must have been beautiful in its time when it was at this full capacity here. This is the Cincinnati Union Terminal here. They used to have all these platforms here at one point. All they have is one platform. They had a roundhouse. I mean, this was just a happening place. It still is, but this would have been great to see this in its glory.
Oh, man. And especially during the age of steam, the smoke and cinders that had to be going when, back in those days.
Here is some of the views that you can actually see. This is actually looking at the Cincinnati Southern Bridge, which is basically, this line is actually known as the Rat Hole, and it goes all the way down to Tennessee. This is one of the rail lines that are owned by a municipality, and this is owned for miles and miles and miles, hundreds of miles. And it's certainly a cool rail line. So this is right here, you're looking at, looking south. You can actually see, and I know it's hard to see in this image, but you can actually see Tower, right where I have my mouse here. You can see the Ludlow Railfanning Tower right over there. But yeah, I mean, this is all the activity here. You can see the signals going up to the bridge. Let me come out of this.
And remember, you're in the river valley. That's why it looks like there's mountains in the background.
Yeah. And here's another view looking north. And this is an active intermodal yard. I saw these guys moving about back and forth, putting the containers on the flat cars. I mean, that was kind of exciting to be able to see that action.
Listening to a scanner throughout with all this activity going on and watching that activity while you're listening to it on the radio has got to be fascinating.
Oh yeah, this was great. I mean, I actually loved it. I mean, you could see trains coming in, from every direction coming in here, and of course, some of the trains actually, working in the yard. Here's one of those I'll show you as a larger image, And the whole thing of this is, from when I was talking to people, is it's all glass bottom in there.
Yeah.
So they're able to see exactly what they're doing when they're picking up the items. I mean, these guys or gals are professionals. I mean, they're basically moving around hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some of these could have millions of dollars worth of merch in it.
Oh,
and they're moving this stuff back and forth. They can't screw up because it's going to be a costly screw up.
You betcha. All right. Yeah. No wonder you moved down there. Trains.
Yeah, you can see here is another shot, and then there's there's a DPU right there. Yeah, a lot of cool shots, from this vantage point. So definitely check out the blog, trainaficionado.com. If you're into rail fanning, I mean, I'm trying to cover as many places as I can in the Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana area. Eventually, I will be creating a trackside guide, which will be on the website. You can see that I have a couple of trackside guides, for Southern New England, and the Amtrak Mid Atlantic Division. Of course, one of my favorite guides is the Altoona guide. So definitely check that out.
Yeah, that'd be great to be able to make it up to Horseshoe Curve this year, but ain't gonna happen.
All right. So, do we have any other? I mean, it was pretty much...
that was we pretty much did a lot of the comments in line, so we did a good job of doing that. So yeah, we do talk a lot about trains, but there's so many people who are rail fans that have scanners, or scanner guys that are rail fans as well, that they really are.
I mean, we've converted some people over to rail fans.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, just because of a lot of things, with public safety using using some some encryption, or it's not as interesting as it used to be. Monitoring police and fire. So a lot of people looking for other avenues to be able to listen to other things on the scanner, and railroads is certainly one of them.
Yeah, and especially in the Cincinnati area, you got the Ohio River there, so there's a lot of marine radio traffic, and you got the airport right on the other side of the river, which I will become very familiar with come Tuesday. And so if you get a spot where you can see the airport on one side of the river and alongside the tracks, and have the boats, you get your planes, trains, and boats all at once. And of course, they're all using the radio all the time, and you can use the same scanner. And which scanner might be the best for that type of activity?
Probably the 125 AT, which is not discontinued, and I believe is, at the moment of this broadcast, is in stock at Scanner Master. Yeah. So if you're interested in the 125 AT, make sure you hit the affiliate link down below. Take advantage of that, and the affiliate link actually helps us out a little bit for keeping the lights on here at the studios, and being able to do these things. I mean, we're actually able to do some of these giveaways that we're going to do at the Hamvention just because of the help of you guys. We really appreciate it. I mean, some of the things have actually helped with technology here. I've shown this before, the Stream Deck.
Yeah, Stream Deck, yeah.
Yeah, which I use to punch up the shots during the show. It makes my life easier versus doing mouse clicks. I can just hit a button, and I'm able to do exactly that. I can move to our, of course, 2-shot here. And
remember, we don't get paid for this, so this is a labor of love.
That's for sure. I mean, that's the definite thing there. It's just being able to do the show, live each and every week, whether it's on the Train Aficionado YouTube channel or the Scanner Guys YouTube channel.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be getting up. I got to get up about 4 in the morning to be at the airport. I actually get up earlier than that. I got to be at the airport at 5:30.
Well, you're up anyway.
I'm up early anyways, but still, now I have to be up, which means I'm going to be really tired. I'm going to want to sleep in that day. So, I got to be at the airport at 5:30, which means, and it's an hour and a half drive to the airport. So it means I got to leave around 4, which means I got to get up around 3. So yeah, it's going to be I'm going to be a tired cookie on Tuesday. I'm going to probably sleep in the car on the way to your house.
Well, it's not going to be that long of a ride.
Yeah, you may have to carry me out of the car.
I'll just leave you in the car. It's fine.
There you go. I sleep in the car. Been there and done that. Yeah, I was a cop for 30 years. I got that. I got real good at it.
Yeah, I mean, certainly you'll be here at our studios come Wednesday, and we'll be broadcasting live trackside on Thursday with any luck if technology allows. We'll be announcing where we'll be broadcasting live, so hopefully if you're in the area, you may be able to stop by and say hello to us as we're doing that as well. Yeah, I mean, certainly visit the website, thescannerguyshow.com. Purchase your swag. You can do that right through the website, which is right here on the screen, thescannerguyshow.com. Now, the other thing that we want to announce before we wrap this up this evening is we're still looking for your shack photos.
Yeah.
Email thescannerguys@gmail.com, thescannerguys@gmail.com for your shack photos. It can be your mobile shack, it can be your home shack, it can be your antenna farm. And it can be one scanner, two scanners, or a whole bunch of scanners. We just want to be able to see some shack photos. We've got a ton in, and we want to get a little bit more. We want to dedicate a whole night to you guys, for sharing your shack photos. We want to display your shacks, look at, the creative things that you've done to be able to build up your shack. We're looking forward to showing them off. We had a blast the first time we did this, and we can't wait to do this again.
So, and we stole a couple of those ideas to use for our own stuff.
Yeah, so definitely email the scannerguys@gmail.com. That's the scannerguys@gmail.com. If you have scanner support questions, you want to email those over to support@scannermaster.com. That's support@scannermaster.com. All right. I guess that's going to wrap it up for us. If there's no more comments or questions for this evening's show, we'll take a.
Oh, we got one quick one. Berea. That's I'm not sure where. I know Berea's in Ohio, but I'm not sure where in Ohio that is.
Yeah, I'm not too sure where that is either.
Well, we'll find out.
Definitely have to check it out. I mean, there's a lot of good spots for Railfanning.
Yeah. Oh, it's near Cleveland. Okay. Yeah, I've heard of it. That's where the Norfolk Southern and CSX former Conrail lines cross, if I recall correctly. Wow. So, that looks like it would be a really great spot to go Railfanning.
Yeah, definitely. I hope to explore more spots during the spring and summer here in the Ohio area. Of course, I'll be blogging about them as well. So if you're looking for Railfanning spots, or you're slightly getting interested in spots, to be able to try doing Railfanning, definitely check out the blog and check it often. I mean, each and every Monday I have a new blog post. The last blog post that I posted was a cool place down in LaGrange, Kentucky. There's actually a camera there, and it's trains on Main Street. Good question. No, you can't program it with the Sentinel software, but our friend over at the Netherlands, the Butel software, has software that you can program your 396T with.
And you got to be very careful because it's ARC 396 for the 396T, but if you've got the 396XT, then you need the ARC XT software. So we get that issue coming up every once in a while. So if you've got a 396T, make sure you get the ARC 396 and not the ARC XT.
Yeah, I think the 125 AT should be it because that's something that we mention a lot.
Yeah. The next Shack show, everybody has to drink a shot every time we say the word Shack.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
I think we're going to be using Radio Room a lot.
Yeah. All right.
Or you want to get more drunk? Take a shot every time we mention the 125.
Yeah, we mentioned that a lot. We don't need a bunch of drunk chatters in our chat room. That'll be.
It might make for a very interesting evening.
Yeah, well, not as interesting as that one blooper that you did.
No, that was a one-time shot.
Yeah, literally. All right, we're approaching the top of the hour here. I guess we should wrap it up, making an even hour. So,
yeah, works for me.
Yeah, so make sure you tune in next Wednesday for the Scanner Guys bonus episode, and next Thursday for Train Aficionado Live. All the information is on our website, and even on our channels, the video waiting videos are posted. So I'm Jonathan Higgins.
I'm Rich Carlson.
Have a great and safe week. We'll catch you again next week for Train Aficionado Live and the Scanner Guys.
A twofer.